think most of you know me. I'm Wayne McInnes. I'm the principal of Raha International School. I've been here since 2007. I've already introduced myself to several gatherings, but I guess I'll do so again. I first went overseas in 1981 as a volunteer in Zimbabwe, and this is my 8th and final posting. I love this school. That's what keeps bringing me back. It's a special place. It's very friendly. We've made extraordinary progress over the last 8 years, and we're looking forward to another great year again. I think we're off to a fairly smooth start, considering the fact that there was very little progress on the construction over the summer, with Ramadan and so on, and the heat. Although I believe that work locations are well distanced from the primary section, so the impact on the primary students should be not so great. Today I brought along a few slides because I want you to understand what all the pain is for, what we're going through this, and what we're going to have in the end, and how it's going to revolutionize what we do here at Raha. For instance, that's where we should be tonight, not here, okay? And that'll be so much better. And just think about the performances. We started an orchestra in the secondary program. You know, kids love to create, they love to perform, and we'll have the perfect venue for this soon, inshallah. All right. This is a picture of the auditorium at the new Tulane school in Jumeirah Park. Now, I brought this along because ours is going to be very similar to this one, but it's going to be more grandiose in that it has an orchestra pit for the orchestra that we're building, and other features that Jumeirah Park doesn't have. We also have a black box theater. Yeah, that's also going to be in the arts building, and that's going to be where students can practice and perform and have smaller concerts, etc. And go on. Backwards, the other way. That's another view of the Performing Arts Center. And I was told not to talk about the tennis court on top of the building. Go back. Again. Okay, that's fine. So the Performing Arts Center will seat close to 600 people. And it's, like I said, it's going to transform our program and inject a great deal of excitement into what we do here. There will also be an EY early years gymnasium that will take the pressure off the PYP gymnasium and give us 3 air-conditioned indoor play areas. And as I said, the tennis courts will be back on top of the EY Center and also the Performing Arts Center. Okay. You probably noticed that we've got more kids on campus this year. It's a bit more crowded, especially you see that at dismissal and also at arrival time. We've opened up a gate over here down Raha Gardens to try to ease that congestion and bring people in that way. It takes the pressure off the parking lot, which is very crowded. I want to thank Craig for what he's done on campus. He's staggered the breaks and staggered the lunches for the primary school, and so we still have the effect of having lots of space. It doesn't appear crowded at break or lunchtime at all. Okay, and I'd like to thank Craig for doing that. He's our new head of primary, Craig Eldred. Craig joined us last year as PYP coordinator. He is from Australia and is accompanied by his wife, Maureen, who works as an early childhood teacher here at Raha. They have 2 daughters, Talia and Amelia, both here as well. Craig obtained his Master's of Education degree at the University of New England in Australia, and has previous leadership experience as an assistant principal in China and Australia. He is well-traveled with extensive experience in the world of international education. Please join me in wishing Craig great success this year. Thank you.
Just bear with me one moment. Good evening, everybody. Are you able to hear clearly at the back of the room? Okay, thank you. We decided to move in here tonight. It's a little bit more crowded than the gym, but the acoustics are a lot better, and we thought we want to get some information with you. We'll have you in here for about 30 minutes, and after that time we'll send you off to meet the teachers of your child's grade level. We're going to run one session from about 5:45 through till 6:10, and if you've got a second child in another grade level, the teachers will repeat their sessions from 6:15 through till 6:40. If you've only got one child, or you decide to have mum and dad go to different sessions, you'll be out of here by about 6:10 this evening. The plan for this evening, Mr. McInnes has spoken, introduced himself and introduced me. We will share some information, fairly general information about things happening in the primary school this year. We'll introduce to you a number of our staff, and then we'll move you on, as I said, to the grade level teams. I was going to talk a little bit about me, but Mr. Wayne's done that. I've been working as a teacher and administrator for 29 years in special schools and primary schools in Australia, primary schools in the UK, and international schools in China, Dubai for a number of years, and Saigon before moving to Abu Dhabi. So I've been around for quite a while, and my wife and I were talking over the summer holiday. We were so pleased when we made the decision to return to the Middle East, or the United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi. We had a very, very happy first year and plan to be here for quite a number of years to come. What I would like to do is introduce to you members of our primary and early years leadership team, if these people are here. I'll ask them to come up and briefly introduce themselves, so you won't have to spend the whole time listening to me speak. Is David Taylor nearby? Mr. David Taylor, please welcome him.
Good afternoon, everybody. Lovely to see you all. My name is David Taylor. I've been at Raha since 2006, and I started off as a grade 5 teacher here. After 3 years, I moved into the PYP coordinator role, and last year I became deputy head with responsibility for pastoral. With Craig moving from PYP coordinator to head of primary, we talked about it, and I decided to move back into curriculum focus for this year. So that's what I will be doing, working with the teachers, planning the great things that go on in the classrooms, and getting into the classrooms to work with the kids. So, thank you. And so the person who's taking over my role in pastoral, we have a new position, Dean of Students, is Mr. Osama Abu Jafar.
Good afternoon. My name is Osama. For the last 15 years I've been a PE teacher, and I worked in Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Oman and Dubai before I moved to Abu Dhabi. And also I worked in one of the schools where I was a supervisor, which was also similar to pastoral care, where I was responsible for behavior. I had the chance to meet with these kids today on assembly. And I promised them, I said, we're going to try our best. This is going to be your best year ever. And I told them, we're going to try to make you wake up in the morning, excited to come to school. You don't wait for your parents to wake you up. You're going to wake them up and say, I want to go home. I want to go to school now. And some of them start smiling. And hopefully, I think we have a great team of teachers here around. And I think we're going to make that. So, again, I'm going to be in charge of pastoral care and behavioral issues. Looking forward to work closely with your kids and to meet you hopefully later as well. Thank you very much.
Now, while Osama is new to Raha this year, he has been working with Talib for a number of years. Osama has come from Greenfield Community School in Dubai, so great to have him on board. Our early years and primary administration team also include Miss Mary Kay Polly. I'll ask you to come up and introduce yourself briefly, please. Over the hurdles.
Hello. Hi, it's nice to see you all. Well, there's a lot of you here. I'm Mary Kay Polly. This is my 5th year here at Raha. When I came here 5 years ago, I was teaching grade 5. And since then, I've done many different things, like heading the ICT committee and helping to integrate a technology here. Also, deputy PYP coordinator, which is what my position is now. So I'm working along with David Taylor with curriculum, and I'm going to be spending time in the EY part of the building, or part of the school, I should say. And I come from the US, you could probably tell by my accent. But I've been teaching longer than Mr. Craig, let's just put it that way. I'm not going to tell you how long. And I've been teaching internationally for 13 years, so I was in Germany before I came here. And I love being at Raha, so I'm very happy to be here, and I'm happy to see all of you.
Miss Jasmine Taylor is also part of our team as head of early years, and also Miss Kirsty DeRuyter, who works as the executive assistant for the head of primary school. So that's our leadership team for the primary school. What I'd like to do is just to take a couple of minutes. We're not going to introduce every single teacher to you. When you get up to your grade level meetings, you'll get to meet the teachers working on the grade with your children. But what I'd like to do now is introduce you to our language, our student support services, and also our single subject teachers. Just so you get the chance to see, get some faces, so when your children come home and tell you about the great stuff they've been doing in PAL classes, or Language B, Arabic, or Arabic A, or PE, you can put a face to the person. So what I'll do is I'll ask Miss Emma to come forward with her Arabic A team, and Miss Emma will just introduce us to her team.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone, and welcome to Raha family. This year I will be responsible for the Arabic A department, which has 3 subjects: the Arabic and Islamic social study for Arab native speakers. And it's my pleasure to be at Raha for 10 years. So I am with Raha from the beginning. I have 25 years experience in teaching and be in the role of head of the department. It's my pleasure also to introduce my team. Miss Reem, she's from Egypt. She has 22 years experience in teaching Arabic language. Miss Manal, she's teaching Arabic language for 20 years. Also, she's from Egypt. Miss Hannah, she's teaching Islamic for non-native speakers for 14 years, also Arabic language. Miss Lina, she's Jordanian. She has experience for 13 years teaching Islamic studies and Arabic for early years. Miss Suha, she's new at Raha, so this is the first year for her. She's from US, and she has 10 years experience in teaching Islamic studies. Miss Intisar, she's from Egypt. She has 12 years teaching Islamic studies for native speakers. Also Miss Wafa, she's teaching social study for native speakers for 19 years. Miss Suhad, our TA, and we have one more TA also. I hope our students like working with us and enjoy our classes. And at the 15th of September, we have our morning session to introduce some information about the Arabic program. Thank you so much.
While Ms. Ruba comes up, with her Arabic B team, I'd also like to introduce, standing over the side, Mr. Ahmed, who is our head of Arabic for the entire school. We're colleagues from many years ago in Dubai, so it's good to have Mr. Ahmed here as well. He's working with our secondary and also our primary staff. Ms. Ruba.
Hi everyone, my name is Raha. I'm from Jordan. I'm the language BPYP coordinator, so I'm responsible about Arabic B language, which is for the students who are non-native Arabic speakers. From AY1 till grade 5. I'm also an IB workshop leader. This is my 9th year at Raha, and I have been working with the NYP department for 3 years. Then I decided to focus with the PYP program, which is a wonderful program. This is my Arabic department team. Miss Maria, who's from Jordan. She has 9 years experience in teaching Arabic language, local and international schools in Abu Dhabi and in Jordan. Ms. Zikrayat, who just allowed me now to say that she has 22 years experience teaching Arabic language. Ms. Sana also comes from Jordan, 9 years experience in teaching Arabic language. Our TA, teacher assistants, are Ms. Ihsan and Ms. Zuha. Ms. Ihsan have 9 years experience in teaching, and Ms. Zuha also in her 6 years experience in teaching. The new face at Raha is Ms. Sana, and we are all happy to welcome her on board. Thank you everyone, and hope to see you on our morning session.
One of the good things about being at a top school like Raha is we can attract very high quality and very experienced staff. I'm going to ask Miss Mari Ogilvie to come forward. She's our teacher librarian, and she's also our single subject teacher coordinator. So she's going to introduce our single subject teachers. If they'd like to come up, please.
Good evening everyone, my name is Mari Ogilvie. I'm the teacher librarian at Raha. We've got some really great things planned for the library this year. Our primary library is now for grades 2 to 5, as we have a new early years library set up in Block C. So I'll be working with grade 2 to 5 students on a fantastic curriculum this year. These are our fantastic single subject teachers. They come from all over the world, have tons of experience, they're amazing. We have Miss Lees, who many of you will recognise. She has been at Raha for a while now, and she's our new art teacher. Joining her is Mr. Mark. He will be teaching our grade 1 to 5 art students. We've got Miss Karen, who's our lovely returning music teacher. And joining her is Mr. Darryl, who will be taking some of our grade 1 to 5 classes. We have Miss Judy and Mr. Marcus. They are our new PE teachers to Raha. Please give them a welcoming round of applause.
Mr. Curtis Glasgow will be our third PE teacher, who will be joining us from next week. So we'll have 3 PE teachers working at Raha Primary from next week. I'm going to invite the Student Support Services team to come up and introduce themselves. These are the team, our SEN or Special Education teachers, our EAL teachers, and also our school counsellors. So if I could have these wonderful people come up, please, and quickly introduce themselves. Would you like to introduce them? Oh, it's a surprise. Miss Carmen Barrett is the head of Student Support Services for the whole school, so I'll leave you to introduce you. Lovely surprise.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I know it's probably overload, so I'll make this fairly short and sweet. My name is Carmen Barrett. I'm the head of Student Support this year, which is a new position in between schools, and it's a whole school position. So my role is to help coordinate EAL, SEN, and counseling programs to ensure we're meeting all student needs. I'd like to introduce you to my wonderful team, many new to Raha this year. Very Canadian team on the SEN side. We have Miss Nicole, Miss Leslie, and Miss Maureen. They'll be working with students from grade 2 to grade 5 this year. In our EAL department, we have Miss Jo from New Zealand and Mr. Reed, also from Canada, and they'll be working alongside Miss Liz. May not be here, but we have a third person in the EAL department as well. And on the side, Miss Shauna, come on up. Miss Shauna is our new PYP counselor, and she's from the United States. And as a new team, I just want to ensure you we have a very experienced staff, and we really very much look forward to working with your students. Thank you.
just recognise our grade level coordinators. Rose first, and there's our grade 2 coordinator, and the grade 2 parents will meet her when they get to the rooms. Miss Hayley Main is our grade 3 coordinator. Mr. Grant Ogilvie is our grade 4 coordinator, and Miss Alison White is our grade 5 coordinator. I plan to have you out of here in about 10 minutes. It will not be a big talk fest with me, so if you can bear with me for another 10 minutes. What I'll encourage you to do, and I know you've been encouraged if you were here last night, to help us communicate efficiently with you, would like to ask you to download and install the 6 Delta app on your telephone, free of charge. Also install it on your tablet devices, your laptop computers. That is one of the main ways that we're communicating with you throughout the year. I've noticed this year it's actually a much tidier app, and I will be endeavouring to make sure that all major events are communicated to you via this way. So have a look at the 6 Delta app. Our primary school website was up and running last year, and we've just turned it on again about an hour or so ago. Our primary school website is our go-to for curriculum handbooks, which have now all been uploaded from EY1 to grade 5. That'll give you the opportunity to see exactly what areas will be covered in your children's classes this year. Our acceptable use policy for devices will be up there, as well as outlines of our program inquiry. There is a link on the school's website, so I don't need to give you a great long address to get to the primary website. If you go to the main Raha site, ris.ae, there is a link that will take you to the primary school website. And while it wasn't working last night, it has been turned on this afternoon. Here we go, sorry. So, I took screenshots. ris.ae, slide down, click here to access primary school website. I don't expect you to be able to read this from where you are, but we'll give you an overview of what's on the site, information, don't know why I'm yelling at you. Information for specific grade levels can be accessed down the left-hand menu bar. There's some important dates for events which I'll share with you in a couple of minutes. One of our aims tonight is to actually be very specific in the information we're giving you. Not saying that this may be happening in a few weeks or in a month. We've got some specific information for you this evening, which will be up on this website. As you get to the bottom of the pages for each grade level team, you'll see that you'll be able to access curriculum handbooks, program inquiry, acceptable use policies, and all the teachers will go through that in a little bit more detail with you later on this evening. Some upcoming parent information sessions. Ms. Dever mentioned already that there will be information sessions on the 15th of September for Arabic A, for our Arabic First Language speakers, and Arabic B. That will happen from 8 to 8:30 on the Tuesday morning. In a moment, Mr. Taylor, David Taylor, will speak to you again. He will run workshops for you on introduction to the PYP, and we'll run those on Monday the 29th of September. We'll run one at 8 a.m, and after taking parent feedback last year, we will also run the same information session early in the evening. We will also videotape these sessions and upload them, so if you can't make the morning, there's a chance of coming in the afternoon. If you can't make that, we'll try and communicate with you by sharing these things online. The last major thing I have for you is just to let you know there has been some slight changes to our timetables. What we need to realise in the morning that there's people on duty to supervise the boys and girls coming on campus from 7:30 a.m. At 7:35 a.m. the National Anthem will play. The way things work at Raha is when the National Anthem plays, everybody stops everything they're doing. Everyone turns to face the flag, which is by the PYP gym, as a mark of respect for our host country, and we stand silently while the anthem is played. Last year I did duty with the early years every day of the week, and the 4- and 5-year-old students did it marvellously. And this morning we had a huge group of parents and students outside that did that very well. At 7:40 a.m, the doors to the building are open, and we invite the children to go in and start getting ready for class. It's a chance to unpack their bags, it's a chance to visit the bathrooms, it's a chance to say good morning to their friends. At 7:45, they are then welcomed into the classroom. They're not to go into the classrooms ahead of time because that's time our teachers and learning assistants use for preparation. The first lesson for the boys and girls is at 7:50 a.m. On Tuesday, we break up, we finish at 1 p.m, and the rest of the week we finish at 2:50 p.m. Parents are welcome into the primary building to meet their sons and daughters, but I would encourage you to start organising to meet them in the piazza. As we throw in 200 or 300 parents and with our 600 and something students, the building gets very, very crowded. Especially difficult for our younger students in grade 2 and 3. We have people that collect them and escort them to buses. With an extra couple of hundred people in that building, it becomes a really difficult thing to do. I know it's hot at the moment, but if you could over the next few days just encourage your sons and daughters to meet you in the piazza, that'll remove a little bit of congestion in our buildings. The last thing I have for you is just a reminder that with So Young Park, we'll be starting off our paid music program. We're expecting it to begin on about the 13th of September. If you would like information, please contact Ms. Park via email. My presentation will be saved in PDF and uploaded to the primary school website tomorrow, so any information here you'll be able to get hold of again. Before we break up to the classes, I'm going to ask Mr. David Taylor to come and just speak for a few minutes about our primary years program. Done?
Okay, so curriculum, my favourite subjects. We've been meeting lots of the teachers. You're going to meet some more when you go to your classrooms. And I'm going to just tell you a little bit about the curriculum they're going to be teaching. It's only going to be a very short snippet, an introduction. If you want to know more, if you're new to the programme, or if you'd like to deepen your understanding, I do encourage you to attend the information sessions, the first of which is an introduction to the primary years programme on the 29th of September. At the very heart of everything we do as an IB school is the IB learner profile. It's something that if your children stay at an IB school, hopefully at Raha, they will take with them into the middle years programme, into the diploma. The International Baccalaureate is a very value-driven programme. It has a very clear mission statement that it wants to develop students that are internationally minded and go out into the world to make it a better place. Children who have the passion, the skills and the confidence to go out and make a difference in the world. And the way the IB believes that we can do this with our students is by developing these learning attributes with them. So it's a program that's not just focused on the acquisition of knowledge, it's really about building the whole child. So take a moment to read the attributes over here. You're going to hear your students using this language, talking to you about these attributes a lot during the course of the year. The learner profile is also something that all our staff aim to model. It's something for the whole community, and we do ask that you as parents buy into this. Talk to your students about the learner profile at home and be modelling these attributes yourself as well. At the heart of the programme is a commitment to inquiry as the leading pedagogy for teaching and learning. And essentially what inquiry is about is a process by which children go from their current level of understanding to a new level of understanding. And inquiry has to involve the student in that process. They're very actively involved in their learning. So when you walk into an inquiry classroom, one of our classrooms, you're going to see kids actively engaged in their learning. What are they going to be doing? Exploring, wondering and questioning, experimenting and playing with possibilities. Making connections between previous learning and current learning. Making predictions and acting purposefully to see what happens. collecting data, reporting findings, making and testing theories, deepening their understanding through the application of concepts, researching and seeking information, clarifying existing ideas and reappraising perceptions of events, taking and defending a position, solving problems in a variety of ways. Looks very different to a traditional textbook-style education of a teacher at the front delivering information and a student passively receiving that information. Our children are actively engaged in their learning. It's a very balanced program. As I said, it's not just about knowledge. The curriculum contains 5 essential elements. These are knowledge, concepts, skills, attitudes, and action. Knowledge, they're going to be constructing research into knowledge which has both local and global significance. Concepts, these are important ideas which our students are going to be thinking deeply about. Skills, our students are going to be acquiring a range of skills that they can take away and use in their everyday lives. These skills go beyond simple subject-based skills. There are social skills, our research skills, our personal skills, our thinking skills. Attitudes, we want our students developing positive attitudes towards their learning. And something that's pretty unique to the PYP, an expectation that as a result of their learning, our children will take meaningful action that will make a difference. It is a truly international curriculum that we offer here at Raha. When the PYP was developed, it was very much a grassroots movement, developed by a group of international schools and head teachers who were really asking the question, what kind of curriculum should we be offering in a context where students are coming from all over the world, lots of them studying in a country that is not their own? Should they just be learning a national curriculum? Should students in Abu Dhabi just be learning a British curriculum, finding out about the British Tudors, the English Tudor kings, for instance? With this tension in mind, they came up with 6 transdisciplinary themes based on the work of an educationist called Boyer. These are themes of universal significance, themes which matter to every single individual on the planet, no matter where they're from or where they find themselves. They are who we are, where we are in place and time, how we express ourselves, how we organise ourselves, how the world works, sharing the planet. Much of the learning your students are going to be doing is going to be through those 6 transdisciplinary themes. All IB schools develop a unique programme of inquiry for their schools. They take those 6 transdisciplinary themes and develop units of inquiry for the students to study. All grade levels from EY2 to grade 5 study 1 unit of inquiry under each of those themes per year. EY1 address 4 of those themes. All the units of inquiry in the primary school together constitute our programme of inquiry. This shows 1 grade level's units. You won't be able to read from here. Something that Craig mentioned is shared on the website is that you can access the complete programme of inquiry, so you can see the development across grade levels. We're really keen to keep you informed of the curriculum as much as possible throughout the year, and we're going to do that in several key ways. We've developed very extensive grade level curriculum guides for you. They look something like this one on the left. That's the front cover of the grade 4 one. Now, you'll be able to access those from the primary school website, and within there you'll be able to see the units for all your grades, for your grade levels, and you'll also be able to see scope and sequence information, the learning outcomes for all the subject areas. The primary school website we've mentioned to you is it's also going to be where you access homework. and also where you can find updated information on the units as they're taught. And as mentioned previously, also the Parents as Partner sessions, the first of which is going to be on an introduction to the primary years programme with me on the 29th of September. So that's a little bit about the curriculum. It's going to be great this year, and we really look forward to seeing the wonderful work that our kids embark on in their inquiries. Thank you very much.
One final point before I send you off to classrooms. I would encourage you to spend time over the next month or so getting to know your children's teachers. We have settling in interviews, a chance for you to get to meet the teacher and find out how your child's been going over the first few weeks. They'll start on the week beginning Sunday the 4th of October. Teachers will have sign-up sheets. It will be a chance for the teachers to give you a bit of their impressions of how your child started the year, a chance for you to meet with the teacher and share information with them. I do encourage you not to wait for us to schedule interviews or meetings. If you'd like to discuss anything with your child's class teacher, make an appointment, come up and see them. If your child's class teacher wishes to see you, they'll do the same thing. Your child's class teacher will be your first point of contact with Raha. If you've got additional questions about curriculum, David Taylor's the person to contact. But I'm sure everyone will have a fantastic year. We've had a really good start. The first couple of weeks back before the students has been a lot of hard work getting the campus ready. The last couple of days of having the boys and girls on campus, for me, has been the highlight. So many smiling faces and great stories from the kids at the end of the day. Thank you for trusting us with your children at Raha. We're going to ask you now to head off to the classrooms. I've opened up doors on both sides of this hall. There are maps. We're all heading over to the primary years building, which is just behind us. So if you head to the piazza, the grade 2 children will be meeting in Miss Rose's classroom on the bottom floor. The grade 3 children will be meeting with Miss Haley's class on the bottom floor. The grade 4 children will be meeting in Mr. Grant's class on the first floor, and the grade 5 children will be meeting the grade 5 parents will be meeting in Miss Annie's room on the top floor. There'll be teachers over there to direct you. Thank you very much for your time this evening, ladies and gentlemen. And boys and girls, thank you too. Good evening.